Good morning, everyone. This is a group presentation on telemedicine in Port Hope Community Health Centers, submitted by Harjot Kaur, Harman Kaur Benipal, Simrandeep Kaur, Sandesh Bora to Dr. Radhika Bisondier. Now, I am going to talk about us. We are a community-based primary care facility that provides a variety of community-based services and respond to community health issues. It is a vital resource for people who face a number of barriers to healthcare, including race, culture, ethnicity, geographic isolation, literacy, poverty, and physical disabilities. The vulnerable elderly people coping with mental health problems and or addictions, those without even basic housing and food, the lonely and youth at risk are among the people that we focus on. For all Ontarians, our care model is extremely reliable. Primary care, that is, family physicians and nurse practitioners, diabetes education, mental well-being and addictions therapy, geriatric outreach programs, a memory clinic, dental care, and a variety of health promotion and community building initiatives are among the services that we provide. Now, what is telemedicine? Telemedicine is the use of telecommunication technologies to diagnose and treat patients remotely. Therefore, it is a form of care that doesn't require physical presence or a physical exam. Many people use the term telemedicine, telehealth, and virtual healthcare interchangeably. Another component of telehealth is remote patient monitoring, in which physician tracks a patient's health through remote testing or wearables. Well, how does telemedicine work in Port Hope Community Health Centers? The following are the steps in a typical telemedicine journey. The first step is intake. To begin the diagnosis, a client connects to the telemedicine app and answers a series of questions. Next is consultation. The client is linked to the appropriate diagnosis resource for further diagnosis and advice. Then outcome is planned, which is a treatment plan, prescription, or free drug delivery are given to the patient as well as any necessary referrals or laboratory tests. Then follow-up is done. The same care professional follows up with the client 1 to 7 days later depending on the diagnosis. Now, the question is how telemedicine fits in the Canadian healthcare system. According to HIMSS Analytics report, 71% of healthcare providers use telemedicine software to communicate with patients as of 2017. Canadians want telemedicine despite the fact that country has been slower to embrace it than other countries such as United States. According to a Canadian Medical Association study, 7 out of 10 Canadians claim they will use virtual physician visits. Artificial intelligence potential in healthcare has spiked the interest of 6 out of 10 Canadians, especially in preventive care. 70% of Canadians agree that integrating more innovations into personal health care would help them escape illnesses. Digital appointments, according to majority of Canadians, led to quicker, more convenient, higher quality of care, a doctor on call. Why we use telemedicine in our Port Hope Community Health Centers? Patients have shown to benefit from telemedicine and remote patient monitoring in the following ways. It helps them in getting involved in their own health management. It reduces the amount of time spent waiting and traveling. It enhances patient satisfaction as well as knowledge. Port Hope Community Health Centers results are also improved. The expenses are also reduced. It helps in providing improved chronic condition control, growing access to the healthcare expertise and resources. It also reduces emergency room visits and severe illnesses. There are some downsides to the telehealth for Port Hope Community Health Centers. Firstly, it is not possible to conduct any form of visit from a distance. You will also need to see the doctor for imaging scans, blood testing, as well as diagnoses that require more hands on treatment. The safety of the electronic transmission of personal health information is a problem. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Port Hope Community Health Center staff are gradually paying expense of the telehealth visits, although certain facilities may not be completely covered, resulting in out-of-pocket costs. You will also need to educate the staff and patient on how to use telemedicine because it needs new technologies. For providers, preparation may be both expensive and time consuming. Lastly, the best equipment is vulnerable to internet outages, overburdened servers, incompatible client hardware. To be honest, these are the things that can go wrong during the face to face visit, but technology brings a new dimension that providers must recognize. This is an evidence based application. We discovered that a broad body of evidence supports the use of telehealth for the following purposes. Patients with chronic conditions such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and congestive heart failure may benefit from remote at home supervision. Another purpose it serves is communicating and counseling patients with chronic conditions. Psychotherapy as a part of a mental wellness program is the another purpose that it serves. These are the few recommendations that will help telemedicine to be more effective. Safe. Telehealth should help to reduce the risk of harm from medical care. Clients of Port Hope Community Health Center with unique, well-defined conditions can benefit from more frequent or continuous monitoring. Timely. Telehealth should reduce the barriers and delays in care that can be harmful to Port Hope Community Health Center clients. Telehealth interventions may improve access to critical care information between traditional visits and allow for earlier detection of negative health trends. Effective. Telehealth programs should be focused on scientific expertise and services that are unlikely to be beneficial should be avoided. These are the references. Thank you. Have a nice day.